You're listening to Mr. Save a Home, Becoming an Agent Tour.
Good morning, Agent Tours. Hope all is well for you guys. A lovely, lovely, beautiful morning here in good old Pottstown. Hopefully your week has been going good, and I hope you're going to finish it off really strong. I'm going to talk about that feeling you get that you know you're ready for something new, like you're ready for that next. The question is, what is the next? Let's just dive into this. I can't tell you how many properties I've sold or anything like that, but I know I've sold a lot of properties to a lot of investors. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what it was, but one particular day, something said, pay attention at this particular transaction. Nothing wrong, nothing negative, anything like that. It was good. He was a regular buyer. He did a lot of flipping, he did a lot of wholesaling and stuff like that. But every time I went to a transaction at the settlement table, I made sure all the docs were signed, everybody was there was no glitches, and I did look at the settlement sheet and I would make sure that my commission was correct. But that was part of the problem, I think. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. I just tunnel visioned myself into looking at, am I getting paid the proper amount is my compensation correct? But I never looked at any other papers as far as really digging deep into them. I knew what my investor did for a living. It wasn't a secret or anything like that. But I never truly paid attention. And the one day, I kept having this, I shouldn't say one day, but for a while I kept having this feeling like I was ready for something. I was ready for this next something. And so what I ended up doing was that particular transaction, as I'm going through and I'm talking to him, make sure he's happy with the numbers and the property address is correct, so on and so forth. My attention was drawn to another piece of paper, which has some additional numbers on it. And he was basically selling this property immediately. He was wholesaling it. He did what's called double close. He purchased it, settled on it, and then sold it immediately. I never really paid attention to that second document because it had nothing to do with me, because I helped him with the first side. But that second document, when I checked it out, I saw some bigger numbers on there, and they were going to him. I've known this client for years. We had a very good, very, very good relationship. So I was comfortable, and I did ask him, hey, what's this about exactly? And he looked at me kind of smiled. He said, we'll go out and buy tea after this is done. I said, great. So we did. We went out. He broke it down what he did, and I was just floored that. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's mindset. I only paid attention to what I was making off that one deal and off to the next deal. This investor, what he was doing was making money off of this one deal like 3 different times. And I never really thought about that. I never really thought about, wow, this is just not just one asset. It's not just one money-making thing. It's multiple streams of income. And that's what you hear a lot about real estate, that it can create wealth for you. Well, that's what it was doing for this gentleman here. And we went out and he told me what he did. And I was just like, wow. And the funny thing was he laughed. He laughed and he goes, it's about time you asked me. I said, what do you mean? He's like, I was wondering when you were going to smarten up and realize what you're doing is a waste of your time. And I was like, I don't think I'm wasting my time. I'm buying and selling homes. I'm helping people buy and sell homes. And he was like, yeah, I get that, but there's more to real estate than just that there. Now, he doesn't have his license or anything like that, nor does he plan to have it. But he was making a good amount of money. I've relocated since then, so we're not in contact with each other. But I don't know what you want to call it. It's like this feeling in your stomach, you're ready for something. And I compare it to the office person. You go to your job every single day, you're 9 to 5, and everything is fine. But then you get tired of going in there, and you're tired because it's the same thing every single day. Then you think you hate your job. Well, it's not that you hate your job. It's just that you've conquered your tasks, your daily tasks. You've mastered them, conquered them, you've championed them, how you want to phrase it. You've done that, and you're ready for that next level. So then you start eyeballing your supervisor, your manager, and like, I can do their job. I can do their job. Well, that's how it is like in real estate. We are agents. We go to school. We learn how to write a contract up, how to be compliant, how to be legal, and make sure the transaction gets to the table and that everybody's happy. But we're not taught about looking at different avenues of what being a licensed agent can do, about actually buying a rental property, buying a home, renovating it, putting it back on the market. There's so many different avenues that we just don't even think about it. But we sit here, and at a certain point in our career, whether you're a newbie or not, you turn around and you're like, man, there's something. There's times I thought I was tired of being a real estate agent. Like, oh, this sucks. I'm done with just being an agent. I can't deal with this anymore. It's so boring. It's not that I was done being an agent. I was ready for that next. And so the evolution of a licensed agent being a landlord or being an investor is the hat that I decided to put on. I think before you make any leaps about, whether you want to leave real estate, or, if you don't know if real estate's for you, do I want to get my license or hang my license up? Think about what it is that's driving you to this decision. It's not that you're tired of what you're doing. It's just that you're tired of being that person. You know you're better than what you are, and you know you're ready for that next evolution of yourself. So think outside the box. Think of what you're doing now and how it can expand even more. And if you're not sure, you know my email address. It's navid@mrssaverhome.com. Send me an email. Let's talk. If you're stuck, let's have a discussion. I don't care where you're at. Let's talk about this and let's see what's going on. So thanks for joining me. And as always, remember, never chase the money, chase the deal, do right by your client, and everything else will fall in place. Have a good one, guys. Take care.